Hello, I'm Jonathan Barletta with RedBird LED, and I'm here today to show you how you can become more energy efficient by replacing fluorescent lights with new LED tube lights. Now, the big difference is that fluorescent lights require a ballast. However, for the tube lights, they have an internal power supply. So I'm going to show you I can make a really quick change and cut down on your electrical costs. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you my setup here. And what I have is a watt meter that shows that these two tubes are drawing about 65 watts of electricity. And the next thing I want to do is just measure, let's see, it's about ambient is 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to measure the surface of the tubes just to get an idea at the temperature, which here is about 90 degrees. And there's an additional electrical cost associated with the heat load that fluorescent lights bring to the space. The next thing I want to do is I want to measure the light intensity at perpendicular to this, which is about 1130. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to make sure that when we do the change that we're still getting comparable light. So the first thing that we're going to do, well, here, let me unplug the power. I can just pop out these fixtures. Now the LED tubes will fit into the exact same connections at both ends. Now that I've removed the cover, you can see that this has a modern electronic ballast in it. Power is coming in. We've got one wire going to this end, and the way that it works is two wires going into this end. So the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the ballast from the electrical system here. And I'm going to take off. I'll start with this side. So we'll just connect to one of these. Now, one of the great things about doing this change is now you don't have to worry about replacing your ballast. And ballasts also have their own inherent inefficiencies that are not a concern with the LED tube lights. Now normally when you're doing this change, you'd want to remove the ballast and dispose of that properly. In this case, we're just going to tuck all the wires in and do a really quick change here. And that's set. Now to put the cover back on. And we go here. So here's our first tube light. And here's our second tube light. Now the one that I'm using is a 4700 Kelvin light, which is about a neutral color temperature. And the next thing I want to do is see what's happened with the wattage after I've made this change, and you can see with these two I'm about 33 watts. So each one's roughly about 16 watts apiece. Now what we're going to do is measure the light levels again at this spot. And what's great about LEDs is they're not omnidirectional like fluorescent lights, and they're able to shine the light in a particular direction, and that way you get maximum efficiency. Now here we're actually at about 1500, so you can see that making this change we've reduced the electrical consumption, saving us money, and at the same time we've increased the light level. So again, I'm Jonathan Barletta with RedBird LED, and if you'd like to know more, please visit our website at www.redbirdled.com. Thank you.